I am satisfied. Sir, I have only one worry that let's clear the final exam of the college, then I will be graduate. So I will no worry of college. Then I will only prepare for any competitive exam. Yeah, can.
So when is your exam due?
So, sir, I think it will happen on July, maybe
Okay.
online exam.
Right. That's you were talking about open book test.
Open book test. But a lot of student and teachers are protesting that we don't have
Yes.
internet connection. Then how I can get
I
access?
just
But
watched the same news on television that people are not happy with the decision.
I think you just need to download and just need to upload. You don't need to do anything online. Just this thing. I think it hardly take more than 1 MB.
Prince, welcome back after the short
Yes,
and
sir.
commercial break.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know, uh, we left out Prince somewhere. Sorry, Abhinav, or he's yet to connect. Right, so that was the session where I spoke majorly. Now I want you guys to speak. Today I feel like strength is better. Sanchit is yet to connect, and Abhinav. Two people are missing. Guys, what would you like to discuss today?
We are left with one topic.
I gave you, I believe that was
Yeah.
cashless economy.
Last year. Yeah.
Yeah, cashless economy. Yeah.
Am I not audible to you?
We can talk on new topic also, but I was just reminding we are left.
Well, my objective is to make you speak. I mean, that's the ultimate objective of this conversation. Topic is not that important. We are not bureaucrats. I am not sure whether this discussion will bring any change or not. But the objective is to improve our communication skills. That's why we all are connected.
Yes.
So we all are here for a common purpose.
Yeah.
Improve and let people improve.
Yes.
Today I will, once this session will be over, I will also share a list of phrasal verb with you guys in the group so that you can get some words into your vocabulary list and you can use them in your day-to-day conversation, whether it is writing or speaking. So, Vinamrata, what would you like to discuss today? Let's ask from Vinamrata or Sonia today.
So, any random topics?
See, the one option that I gave you, it was cashless economy. That's a knowledge-based topic, I would say. It's not a general one. If you all guys agree to it, we can continue with that. We have got almost, I would say, more than 35 minutes as of now. Or if you want, we can pick up how technology has changed our life. Sanchit.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you back.
Thank you, sir.
So, would you like to throw some light?
Sir, I am okay with the topic which you have shared earlier, cashless economy. That one.
Vinamrata, can we discuss that?
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Sonia?
Sir, not a problem. Any topic.
Prince?
Yes, sir.
Satyam?
Sir, my consent is always with you, sir.
All right. So, I appreciate your intention. So let's hear. Let's start with you as you have devoted yourself. So you will. All right. We would appreciate if you can begin, and we will, people will take on from there.
Okay, sir.
Go on, please.
Sir, I think the word cashless economy, I think it's not a good word. I think if you say the cashless, that means there is a no cash because the less is included in the word. So it certainly seems like very utopian ideas. How can any country become cashless? But there is a concept that you can increase the amount of the online transaction in the economy and you can decrease the paper money in the economy. It has a lot of benefit. First benefit is that if you have a lot of money in the banking sector, then certainly the banking sector will give that money to the other people who is in the need, and it will create the investment, and also it will increase the production in our country, because banks have a lot of money, they will give loan to a lot of people and people will start doing business, and if they start doing business, then economy will grow. So certainly it's a good concept that if economy is a less dependent on the money, printed note, then certainly it's a good benefit on the economy. Apart from that, a lot of other benefit also, like in coronavirus case, we know that some people are saying whether it's wrong or right. There is no good evidence behind this, but transmission of disease also happening through the paper note, because the moment you touch the paper note, some virus go on from your pocket to others pocket, and it certainly has some very bad effect on the health also. Apart from that, we all know that the terrorism activity in our some northeastern part, and also in Jammu Kashmir, and nationalism in the some middle part of our country is very rampant, and this all happening because of the black money, and these all are happening in the printed form, not in a digital form. So certainly it will benefit if we bring the cashless econ, if we start focusing on the less dependence on the paper money. Apart from that, other benefit is that these days government is not able to get proper collection of taxes. A lot of people do tax evade problem. They used to keep, they don't file the taxes. If they start doing the cash transaction, then certainly the government have idea what they are spending. By looking at your spending, they can say that the income of your is this level and you need to pay this level of tax, but you are not paying, then certainly there will be some action, legal action against you. So certainly I think it's a good thing if we increase the ratio of the cashless transaction in our economy. But as an economy, I don't think it's any good idea. Cashless, it can't be, economy can't be a cashless, because we heard that our prime minister earlier in 2016, he did demonetization. I think one of the motto, not prime motto, but one of the motto was to make our country cashless. And we know that RBI says that GDP's 12% is cash in our economy. GDP is 12%. If the GDP is $3 trillion right now, 12% is the cash. That means after just demonetization, it's got reduced to 8%. After 1 month of demonetization, maybe in December, that time in December, it's only just 8% of GDP cash. But again, after 2-3 months, it goes increased to 11%. And right now it's again 12% and 13%. So there is I don't think there is any improvement happening in these things. So for economy like India, I don't think it's a feasible thing. Apart from that, there is a lot of bad effect of also, like digital fraud. We all know that there is a digital fraud, and apart from that, privacy issue. Whom I am spending, it's totally depend on me. I think no one should know where I'm spending money, what kind of thing I am buying, because the moment they start knowing me, they can blackmail me also, because of the digital footprint. And also we know that if we start spending money online, our spending also go increase, because the moment we see something in the Amazon or anything, we start thinking that I should buy these things. And if we are very eager to spend the cashless money, then certainly our spending will also increase. So if you talk about the world, the Sweden is the country which has a lot of cashless transaction happening, but that country is very small, so we can't compare that country to our country. Sweden is the only country in the world which has a more percentage of cashless transaction in the country. But our country is very big. I think in our country, the digital literacy is very low. A lot of people have no idea how to use the phone in the like app like Phone Pay or Google Pay. We only the youngsters know, not the earlier generation who born before the 1990s, who is born in 80s or 70s. So certainly it will create a problem, and they will depend on the other for the transaction. The moment they start depending on other for transaction, then certainly there is a they may misuse the information if person is providing to other to use things. They may blackmail him, they may send money from his account to someone else account. So certainly I think for India, we just need to increase the transaction, not we need to go for the making our economy cashless.
Thank you very much, Satyam, for sharing your valuable inputs. Let's hear it from others. Who else would like to add
Yeah.
on? Vinamrata,
Yes, sir.
go on.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Satyam said. And my only concern is that the payment system have to be protected from the cyber attack, which is a major threat for cashless transaction, and it is a matter of concern too, because as we will have less cash, it means that we will have more data. And when we see about Indian software reliability, I don't think like we can rely on uh, the safer side of the data, because every now and then we are hearing about like some hackers are there. And in this COVID-19 time, it's a very crucial, like everybody is developing something, so they are very much active. And the moment we click on any of the icons, the people are not aware why they are opening that particular app. They are not of any use, but they are just downloading it. So in other way, they are sharing their data with them. So um, cashless solves many purpose, like it saves money and time. And when there will be less cash, then there will be decrease in crime also. And we will spend more by sitting in the home. So it may also increase the economic growth also. As I was hearing about one of the webinar today, it's about cyber breach, uh, which affect the um brands which we are having. So Dr. Gulshan Rai was talking about this cyber crime. Like every data which we share, it goes into the it is like it has been stored. So we have to be very careful while using any of the application. Like if we are using Zoom, we are using WebEx or Microsoft Team, any other. So we have to go through in a very detail, like when there is use, we should use it, or otherwise we should uninstall it.
All right, Abhinav
That
has
this is that
just.
much I have to say. I would like to hear.
All right, Abhinav, you just logged in. We are discussing right now cashless economy. So you are also welcome to express your views on the same. Let's hear it from Sachin. Sorry, Sanchit. Sanchit, can you hear us? Mike Alpha testing, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir, I can hear you. I am just saying that I hope one of my colleague will speak about it. Then after it, I will say something. I am
All right.
just doing some
Perf-
other work as well.
Sure,
I
right.
don't know.
Let's hear it from Sonia, what she has to share with us. And then we will listen to Prince and then Abhinav, and then we will get back to you. Sonia, can you hear us? I believe she has also gone out to get some more views on the same.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I am speaking and I was on mute. I didn't see that. Okay.
This
Well,
is,
sir.
go on.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you for take me here. Well, thanks. First of all, I am thanking all the previous speakers for discussing their thought with us. And well, according to me, cashless economy means, first of all, I want to brief this. Cashless means ki when we are not going to use the hard cash, means we are using the online or online network to flow the cash, means it's means sir, how we can say this, means to
Tell,
buy or yes,
tell me what exactly do you want to say? Like you can tell me in Hindi, I can
uh,
translate into.
means we are not required any hard cash money, just we are means the transaction is through means
We can say like these days it is quite possible we can carry out with cashless system. We don't need to carry cash at all the places. There are multiple options to make the payment these days. Like you can make the payments through payment app or wallet. You can use your debit or credit card, right? And I mean, even if not debit and credit card, if you are worried about the misuse, the bank is offering prepaid cards these days where you can have a particular amount only just to make sure that this card is not misused.
ओके ओके तो व्हाट द पर्टिकुलर मतलब इसके लिए कोई पर्टिकुलर शब्द होता है कि मतलब ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शन हम लोग करते हैं या
That's what we are doing, like cashless economy.
Uh,
Or
like
you can say,
if you have a debit card,
or you can
if
say
you have
that
a
yeah,
debit
means
card, you
it's
can
a part or
digital
digital,
transaction.
yeah, yeah, that's fine. Okay,
This
so
could be.
yeah, I'll use that word.
Abhinav
It's
was
this,
saying something. You can continue.
no, actually I was saying that the bank is also provide like services from the debit card. If if somebody is misusing your card, like in today eras, we don't need to put any like pin code for any if we go to online shopping, we go to a store and we just need to buy from a card. We don't need to enter the pin.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, that is happening. Like uh, there is a chances of misuse of that card, debit card, but bank like put some obligation on it. Like you can withdraw only 2,000 rupees for like any kind of shopping. If you need to buy more, then you have to like show your OTP and all whatever stuff.
So this is happening with the debit card now.
Yeah.
We'll appreciate the government's initiative to stop this fraudulent transaction. Sonia, you can continue.
Yes, sir. So digital transaction is means it's we are using digital transaction in cashless economic. Well, as as I am talking about the benefits of this, so it's going to stop the black marketing. When you are when you are not transaction the monetary in a hard cash, then the everything when you buy or when you say something, everything is in a digital form. So government able to trace you up whether you are making fraud or you are paying the tax or what's your turnover. So for black marketing, it's means it's control the black marketing part. And second benefit is it's beneficial for the government to easily trace out where means how the people managing the cash, means the class if there is a class contradiction, means in a lower part, if the people are not able to buy the things and how much money they are having in their accounts, and in the higher sector how much money they are in their accounts. So they are these kind of tracing is very easy for government, means to take tracing the exact form of our economy. And the as we are talking about the ramifications of these cashless economy, so for me it's going to first it is not beneficial for our privacy. Means if I'm have means if I'm going to transaction my with my bank account, so there is no privacy. And for the people who are in the means the sir इसको क्या बोलेंगे particular sector को जो who are tracing us and
Particular sector,
get
yeah.
benefits from means
cyber
cyber
crime,
cybers, yeah,
Cyber.
cyber crime fall.
cyber crime go up, right? Cyber crime is going to rise
Fell.
due to this. And second is point is there is a means if we are not using cashless economic and we are using hard cash, so it will transfer the diseases from one person to another. So it's have a health issue as well with this, because as we see in corona time means COVID-19, if we transfer if one person have some hard cash and if he will going to purchase the things from, and so the transaction of bacteria viruses is going to spread due to this. This is the second point. And the third
Sonia, you have one
means
more minute to
drawback.
cover up because I have only 10 more minutes and I have three
Okay,
more
sir.
contestants to like listen. So you have one
Okay,
more
sir,
minute to
sure.
continue. Come on.
Okay, sir. And the third drawback, according to me, in is it is not beneficial for the lower class, as uh, because they are not means they are not very well educated and they are not easily going with the networking, how they are going to manage with the online transactions, and they are not quite known about the digital marketings and all. So it is very tough for them, and they have not such a big amount with them. So means they are just hard earner and means so for them it is not beneficial. So
All
according to me, cash, yes.
all right. Thank you very
Okay.
much for sharing your views. Prince, let's hear it from you. What do you say?
Okay. Most of the things is covered by Satyam, because he talked both pros and cons of this. So I would first of all, this is a obviously good idea, because too many things we have heard from everyone that is good for this thing. But what is the problem with our government or our system is they apply everything on the every part of India, whether it is the requirement of that place or whether it is not. For every rule, because the government of India is for the whole India, so they apply whole thing on the whole India. So they will apply the cashless economy system on the whole India, and that is not necessary at all. We should start it from those fields where we are sure about that people will definitely able to do this. If I'll tell, if someone is going to buy a mobile, means he knows to use the Android phone. So why he is allowed to pay this cash money? He should be allowed just to pay check or debit card or through some mobile transaction, because he knows how to handle all these things. We can assume he is buying an Android phone. Or in colleges, in Delhi University there are 70 colleges and 5 lakh students per year took admission, and they pay cash also. So if a person is in a college, he can use all these cashless transaction. So I think this should be applied partially, or where it is required, just like that odd even thing in first some days for trial and then applied for the whole thing. Just like that, I think it should be not made mandatory suddenly, just like all these things attaching your Aadhaar card to mobile number, and then Supreme Court said you don't need to, or saying Janagana Mana in this hall, then Supreme Court says not need to. So everything is we left for Supreme Court. So I think it should be uh, applied or executed wisely, then it is a good idea. That's it.
All right. Let's hear it from Abhinav. Come on.
Hello everyone. Uh, if we talk about the digital payments, that is a very good and modern technique for us right now, and I believe that it it could be a savior at some point, and it have some disadvantages too. So according to me, I am not in a favor of like digital marketing or digital payments, uh, because everything is done by the bank. So bank is a very secured institution for us for uh, doing a mode of payments through the bank, and it's a secured due to like so much. Uh, they have a very good security point of view in it uh, due to the cyber crime also, uh, and there are so many modes in payments like NEFT, and you can directly IMPS. Today we can do anything like if we talk about Paytm and all the other companies who are coming with the like digital modes, and these companies, I believe that these companies are not safe safer than the bank. So we have to choose very wisely in kind of digital payment. Uh, because today we can I had so many examples in my circle that so much fraudulence are doing they are calling to you and they fraud some money with any kind of this Paytm and all Google Pay through, and there are so many like news are in the uh, in today's market also.
Yeah.
So
We have a lot of
sorry.
the couple of stories in the news about the, or let me tell you, I mean, if you guys have Netflix subscription, there is a
Yeah.
web series on Netflix, uh,
Jamtara.
Okay.
Jamtada.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
heard about.
mm. Watch it. I mean,
Uh,
I have watched it. It's a good.
All those boys who are fraud,
I know.
they are my friends. They are from Delhi theater.
Are you serious?
Yeah, four of them.
Oh, I really enjoyed that that series.
No, actually, there is a place, like some kind of villages there in India. There are whole villages like,
That
uh,
that story is from Jharkhand, and there is a place, there is a village called Jamtada in Jharkhand. So it really exists. It is based on the real story, I believe.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
If police try to like catch those people, the whole village people are standing in front of in front of police and say, you can't touch us. If you have any proof, you can.
Good.
They don't have any proof. Like, have not any single person who can betray with their like those people in village.
Right. So, anything else you want to add, Abhinav?
According to me, you must go for like banking softwares and all
Hmm.
if you want to do some such kind of payments. And as a part of finance, uh, I I know there's these kind of such like Paytm and all are not safer than the bank. So you must go with if you want to do any kind of mode of payment, you just choose bank first. And there are so many people like from uh, who are not as much educated to use these kind of softwares, how to use digital payments and all. And we have some more like literate people who can use these kind of applications. So we can't
All
we
right.
can't stop whole digital based economy. So we can't think about that. If you have a like full of literate people in your country, you can implement this.
Mhm.
Otherwise
So, well,
you
you are
are not
saying
able to
that, I
do
mean,
that.
it is not good. It is not good for everyone. Why? Because India is a very diverse country. We still have 25% people illiterate in India. So you are saying that,
Yeah.
I mean, as Prince has said, and you both, that if we apply it on pan India level, it may not be like the right thing. We can do it
Yeah.
like in phase wise or step wise, or we can apply
Yeah.
in some metropolitan cities. And when people are like good to go, or when people are ready to use, we can apply or implement those things in semi-urban areas or rural areas even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So we.
With the with the full of knowledge and with the great efforts of cyber cell. So
That's very true, because
we can.
people's hard-earned money is just
Yeah.
like they're gone within seconds. I mean, even they're not aware of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's hear it from
Sir,
Sanchit.
it might be applied, but but they must be trained from time to time.
You're talking about training the individual
Civilian.
how to use it.
Like they should know that what they have to do, and they
Who
should
should who,
practice
Yeah.
who should be
in
trained?
the rural
Are you,
areas.
you're talking about the hackers should be trained, or the
No, no.
civilians should be?
If the people are using in the this rural area, they might be trained like how they have to use it. Instead of saying that everything is going to be digital, and they seek and many people can teach them. So instead of going here and there, there should be some cell where they can go and get the right guidance.
That's very true. I mean,
And in this pandemic, no doubt this cashless has brought a value, but otherwise it had brought a lot of ill effects.
but in cash, I mean, this discussion
If
is not. Go
if
on, please.
whatever you're saying, if this thing got happen, that means situation will become like the whole India will become literate.
Oh, that's great. I wish for the day.
So
All right,
I mean,
we.
Instead of saying
if
anything, we
is
should
it
find the solution
is,
instead of
No,
talking
see,
about the problem.
there are two
Yes, sir. I
challenges.
need to add a word. I need to add a word that it's a part of developing thing. Means if we are going to develop in a, means it's a progressive part of the development. So it need to be there. Whether it will, it's going to means
There,
we are using this now or we are using in future. But it is a part of a developing scenario. So
there are
we need.
there are
uh,
two challenges that we are facing as of now, and then I would
Yeah,
take
now we are. Hmm.
the two major challenges. The one problem is people are making mistakes. They don't know how to use it.
Sir, I
Right?
just
yeah,
want to interrupt you that when
the
that debit
people
card was
people
introduced,
Hmm.
most of that person were
Yeah,
not knew that how to use that debit card,
even
how they can
I
get the
add for
money through
computer
that
also.
machines.
Hmm.
And there are few people
For
that
computer
I
also.
have also
Hmm.
helped like two or three people how they can get the money when they were in queue and they don't know, better I don't know how to get that money, and will you please help me. They also told me that their pin code, I always tell them that please don't discuss this pin code with anyone because anyone can cheat with you. So that's happened when new things were introduced by that anyone that, so it creates problem again. It takes time to adopt
Hmm.
like in human nature, and changes always part of our life. So
And
and
do
most of
you
the
know?
people.
you know what, those culprit get started from like debit card, and they move on to some Paytm kind of stuff, and then they move on to Google Pay. Like they are asking for like you can share us a QR code with us, and they just
Now that
scan it.
Paytm, in
And
Paytm machine, they are also hacking that Paytm machine. They are just adding their cameras. There are so many videos we can check on Facebook that how they can hack your ATM card as well. Still, they are hacking. So it's not about our firewall, and cyber crime cell should be proactive, and it should be like strong so that they can stop all these things. And one example I just want to, because everyone talk so much talked about the things, I just want to put some example. That TikTok video which we can see today's, how many you can say that our people are illiterate who are using. There are so many guys who are illiterate and using that TikTok. I have seen that one video of it's very going viral on Facebook. That guy
Sanchit,
who's yes
the
sir.
TikTok and YouTube discussion is already on fire in India. We already know what is happening between Carrie Minati and the other guy.
Like, I am just sir saying that this example because if they can learn how to use TikTok, then they can learn how to use the debit card, credit card, Paytm, and Google Pay as well.
Mhm.
If they can, that
I'll tell you. I'll tell
one
you
lady
example.
came and said that, "Hello friends, pape khalo." That it was very famous. That was very famous. So, so if they
I'll tell
can
you
learn
one
those
example.
things,
I need 30 seconds. I live in Ghazipur Dairy Farm. There is a slum behind the DDA flats. So, and there is a state bank in DDA flats. So that is a government bank. So poor people usually open their account in government bank so that they don't charge any fees or any maintenance charge. So please come once and visit the bank. People are not taking their debit card, they are taking cash 100 200 every day, every one of slum, because they don't know how to use an ATM machine. That is the truth. After 15 years or too many years, you go to any government bank near any slum or the village of Delhi. I am talking about
Yeah.
Delhi, capital of India.
friends,
Any
my
near
parents
slum or
also
village.
don't know how to use debit card and credit card. But I hope that slum area guys don't know. But their children can learn easily. If they don't know,
Next
they can learn
generation, yeah.
easily.
Yes, yes.
It's
We
it,
appreciate.
My parents
it's
don't know
easy.
how to use it. I am telling you
It,
one live example of my father's life that he's a businessman, and always after a season they have a huge, they have to do huge payment in Delhi. They came that uh, uh, one car of all businessmen came to Delhi, and they just submit their money to the other businessmen from whom they purchased that stuff. So it was a सर वो गाड़ी पर हमला हुआ एंड
The
पूरी
car,
गाड़ी लूट ली.
the car was attacked and they were robbed.
They were robbed fully, and they all have huge cash. Like one person has that time 5 to 6 lakhs each person has.
Oh
If
my God!
that time they were using that cashless like check or something like this or
Don't
NEFT.
don't disclose it on public platform.
Sorry, it's recording.
They would,
I forgot to say.
if it would have been cashless, they would have been kidnapped for ransom,
Yes,
because it sounds like a pre-plan.
guys, we will
Yes,
log
it
out.
was a
yeah.
pre-planned, and that was like he
We
was
will log out any moment if this meeting gets logged out. We will meet tomorrow
Okay.
at 8 o'clock. So good night and bye bye in advance. You can continue for
So
the next 30
tomorrow's
seconds.
topic is TikTok versus YouTube.
We can.
hello friends, pape khalo, chai pi lo. We can do that.
I'm like,
I was very surprised after watching all those things that one guy what I was talking about, that guy who's doing very good dance on TikTok, that
that's called
is
Baba
a
Jackson.
following. No, no, not Baba Jackson, sir. One new guy. He's a
There is,
very
oh, he's dancing on the song of Hrithik Roshan.
Ritik Roshan, and some of classical dancing he's doing.
Oh
And
my God.
if you will see his